But Antonio Guterres is the UN Secretary-General. He is both a buffoon for his hysteria, his 13-year-old Greta levels of hysteria about climate, but also an evil, awful, awful human being for his condemnation of Israel, despite being the victim of the attack by Hamas. I mean, a genuinely awful human being, generally. Some of the things that he's been saying today, climate finance is not charity, it's an investment. I mean, it's not. An investment means you're going to get a return on it. You're not. Climate action is not optional. It's an imperative. Yeah, it is optional. Is he right about anything? Both are indispensable to a livable world for all humanity and a prosperous future for every nation on earth. Yeah, apart from Israel, apparently, Antonio. Yeah, apart from Israel. Doubling down, he says, on fossil fuels is absurd. How's it working out for America? Pretty well, I'd say. The clean energy revolution is here, he says. No group, no business and no government can stop it. Leaders at COP29 can't, and must ensure it is fair and fast enough to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius. Oh, yes, and the president of Azerbaijan, hosting COP29, has said that fossil fuels like oil and gas are a gift of God, and countries should not be blamed for having them and shouldn't be blamed for bringing those resources to the market because the market needs them. I mean, he is right. I mean, I give him that.
Yes, this is all the fantasy signed up. I mean, if the green energy revolution, so-called, was so advanced and obvious, you wouldn't need to basically force people to take up these technologies. You wouldn't need to have these summits. It would be taking care of itself.
Don't you remember when they used to have to force people to leave horses and carriages at home and buy cars?
They're like, please, we'll give you scrappage on that horse. We'll, you know, help you buy a new one.
We'll have a zone that you can't drive into with your horse and carriage, only with a car. Again, they didn't have to do that. The technology works. And there will be cleaner technology. And when we have that technology, by the way, it's not hydrogen. And it's not going to be wind and solar. Do you know when we used to rely on wind and solar? Do you remember? That was before the Industrial Revolution, when we were all poor and everyone died at the age of 35.
But that's what they want to go back to, whether they want to admit it or not. And all this talk about prosperity and, you know,
I hate these
crocodile tears about the developing world because they're more hit by climate change. The reason that parts of the developing world are more hit by adverse weather events is because they're underdeveloped, and in many cases because international organisations, NGOs, have put incredible pressure, actually, on the political class within those countries not to develop and to embrace technologies which will not deliver the prosperity.
And now they're asking for $1 trillion a year to fund them not developing fossil fuels. Also, this is one of the biggest lies that's told, and we're told, you know, hundreds of thousands of people die every single year around the world because of pollution. They probably claim it's millions, but hundreds of thousands of polluted air. Do you know what the vast majority of those deaths are from? They're from people living in their little mud huts with no access to electricity and gas, who are burning wood on wood burning fires for their food because they don't have access to clean, safe fossil fuels, and that's why they're dying, and that's why their children are dying. It's such an evil, immoral, economically illiterate lie, the whole thing. And I really think, genuinely, if you're pontificating right now about getting to clean energy, what you really mean is you want poor people in the third world and you want poor people here to have worse lives than they've got already. And I think that makes you a really nasty person. Hi. From me. Anyway, look, let's talk. Oh, by the way, the UK, Keir Starmer, by the way, giving his speech at COP29. I mean, the world leaders aren't there to listen to it, and I don't force you to listen to it, but if you're watching any other channel, you will actually have to listen to Keir Starmer. But your usual rules here, my usual rules apply. We like you too much to play this stuff out to you. It's bad enough having to hear him in this country, let alone when he's in Azerbaijan, having flown there. I mean, really? Come on. But he's pledged the UK to an 81% cut to emissions by 2035. That's on emissions to date, basically. Basically, it's up from 78%. Again, we'll easily do that because we won't have any industry left. Once you get rid of all the coal and the steel-making plants, you can cut your emissions really, really well. And then you just have to import it from another country that uses coal-fired plants. It is... Tom, it's literally insane.
Yeah, it's putting a positive spin on deindustrialisation. That's basically what's happened over the course of the past decades. Oh, Britain has cut its emissions by so much.
Brilliant.
It's because of the fact that we don't make anything anymore. We import everything. We increasingly import energy as well. And it's one of those things where these are actually really bad for your economy and your society and for jobs. And at some point, this is going to become abundantly clear to people. It might have to be blackouts, as we've been talking about previously. It might just have to be to be honest, America kind of shooting ahead on all kinds of economic indicators while parts of Europe still clinging to this orthodoxy, go the opposite direction. Who knows what it will be, but at some people are going to really realise, at some point they're going to realise that this is a project of impoverishment, which will only really benefit the top layer of society who are even involved in these big green energy deals, or
they're all
can
making
pay
money out
for
of
the
it.
virtue of it. You know, they like being able to spend an extra part of their income on feeling like a good person, whereas a lot of people don't have that luxury.
Yes, exactly, absolutely. Look, we've yapped on. I've mostly yapped on. You may have guessed I feel quite strongly about this issue, sorry.